Hello. Today is day 31 of the lockdown, and I'm thinking that today we are going to have a think about extroverts and introverts. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? If you're extroverted, you get your energy from being around other people. You do really well at parties, the office hustle and bustle. If you're an introvert, it's the complete opposite. You find being around busy office or a party or something like that, social obligations, you find that tough going and you would find that draining and prefer instead your own company and love being alone. Those are the definitions in broad strokes. In broad strokes, you would think then that the lockdown must be heaven for introverts. Heaven, it's everything they always wanted, being on their own all the time. And unfortunately for them, that isn't turning out to be the case. It is found that introverts are, in fact, maybe suffering more and are finding it extremely tough in relation to anxiety and depression and loneliness more than extroverts. So are extroverts suffering? Oh, good Christ, yes. Really, really badly. And as a complete extrovert myself, I love being around people and find it awful being by myself for a prolonged period. I'm really feeling you. I'm hearing your suffering. It's awful. I had it for 8 years and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It was the worst aspect of my accident, and the repercussions of my accident was the intense loneliness afterwards and the being alone was the worst thing. And this is an ongoing problem. But am I talking about me? No, not so much. I'm just saying that as an illustration of I hear you, extroverts. But introverts, by God, I can see online there was like all these studies done, and they were speaking to people on Reddit, um, Psychology Frontiers, and loads of different areas. They were talking about how much you're suffering. That's dreadful. Is the advice for introverts or extroverts different? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the same thing except for with extroverts, we're going to talk about a bigger circle, and in introverts, let's talk about a smaller circle. And what am I saying in relation to circles? The thing for me is I found tapping into other people, connecting with other people is where the energy is, where the goodness is. Connection with people is what it's about. And that's what I am advocating for introverts and extroverts. Extroverts, I'm advocating you reach out to more people. Introverts, I'm advocating you reach out to a couple of people. How are you going to reach out? For me, what I did was I wrote a list and I stuck it up in my bedroom, and it literally was a list of people I'm to contact, and it was particular friends, and these were really good friends who I would often see, or it is good friends but I don't see as often. College friends I really like but tend not to talk to every week, and I wrote their names on lists. And then I would just make sure that I was like, oh, I feel I'll reach out to them, and I would drop them a line, and then I would talk to them online, or I'd talk to them over coffee. That's not feasible now. What am I going to do? I'm going to talk to them on Zoom. or WhatsApp. And I think this is a really good thing. It's so basic writing a freaking list of your friends that you know, but writing it down, whatever it is, it just, it sort of makes a liar out of you. What do I mean? I mean that times where I'm feeling very drained and alone, that I could look at that list and I can see I have so many friends. Thank God, that's one thing I never suffered in life. I always had so many friends. And I would see it and go, okay, Orla, you need to reach out, drop someone a line. And that's what I continue to do now. Introverts and extroverts, I want you to reach out. They are existing friends. Maybe they are people also that you know would love you to reach out to them or give them a call. Something even really basic that kind of just glues you in, dials you into life at the moment, the world as we're living in 2020. This would be maybe you have an elderly aunt or uncle that you always liked. Why aren't you ringing them? Ring them. They would love to hear from you. People are lonely. Extroverts, do you have an introverted friend? Would you think of dialing into them? They're exactly the people who need to be contacted right now. They're suffering. Even a short conversation with them will do them the world of good. So that's the thing I'm saying this weekend. And you don't have to do it this weekend, but I want you to write a list this weekend, literally of people that you're going to you're going to have a chat to, you're going to send a letter to, whatever it is, you're reaching out. Okay? Touch base with those and keep going at it. Be you introvert, be you extrovert. We're all now really suffering. Let's reach out in this cold, dark November. Let's do it, okay? I am finishing up now. This went on longer. I want to say thanks a million. I got sent photos yesterday from outside trees, and I got sent photos yesterday of flowers. Really nice flowers. Thanks a million. They made me smile. Both of which made me smile. And thanks a million. I got some lovely suggestions about exercise videos. And if anyone else has any exercise videos they want to recommend, will you send them to me? Because I'm going to put it together and um, drop it out to you guys. And what else am I thinking of? Yeah, if you have any suggestions, if anyone here is suffering of anything in particular during the lockdown, will you send it to me as a suggestion of something I might speak about? Or if you have a question of something, as in how did I cope during my 8 years of lockdown, and you want me to touch on that, I will. I will. Or at least I'll try. So please send me a message about it and I'll do what I can. Keep her lit, lads. We're really doing well. Go us. Nearly there, okay?